Right now, girl, you may not even be shit. Let's be for real. One of the stupidest things you can do to yourself. Hi, babes. Hello. How are we doing today? Was good. So today, I just feel like y'all are with shitty ass people, people who are not up to your guys' level, people who are fucking bums. Let's put it that way. They're fucking bums. You guys deserve so much better, and you guys are here with these ratchet ass. Let me start it. So I don't know if you guys know this, or a lot of you may not know this. I just got married. I feel like it is my duty. I've always been that one friend who is like, break up with him or break up with her. Like, she ain't shit, he ain't shit. Because really, a lot of the people y'all be dating ain't shit. Let's be for real. They ain't shit. Basically, in this video, I'm gonna be explaining how to, and basically how I literally met the love of my life. Because this man, that is my motherfucking best friend, for real. Like, that's my day one. Like, that's my ride or die. Like, I swear, like, this man, he's my everything. And you guys deserve that too. Like, we really all deserve to have a loving partner, to have someone to spend our time with. Like, we all are deserving of that. You know, we are deserving of true love. In this video specifically, I'm going to be talking about how you can actually get with someone who is worth your value, you know, or maybe how you can get better so that you can find someone who will love you. Because right now, girl, you may not even be shit. Let's be for real. Sometimes we ain't even shit. I'm not gonna lie. 5 different chapters that we're gonna go over with. Maybe I'll put standpoints, if anything. If you want to go to something specifically, go ahead and do that. First thing on my list is create your dream persona, their characteristics, what they have. I know this sounds cliche. I know it sounds like we're manifesting for someone, but truthfully, like, I feel for a while I didn't even know who I wanted to be with. Like, what are my values, you know? What kind of person did I want to be with? Did I want to be with an artist? Did I want to be with a scientist? Did I want to be with a doctor? Did I want to be with someone who's smart? Did I want to be with someone who's dumb? Who do you want to be with? What are your values? And that kind of goes back to your own internal stuff. Like, what do you find valuable? Obviously, you know, we may find loyalty valuable, we may find trustworthiness valuable, and things like that, but there are more characteristics to that. Like, for example, let me show you mine. Now, this one was just a rough draft of what it was, so here are some of the things I wrote down. Look at my cute ass iPad. Like, girl, I'm such a girl, period. This is what I put. My partner, I put them trustworthy, spiritual, adventurous, understanding, gets along with my friends and relatives, lets me be me, likes to go out, is healthy, intelligent, their family and friends like and respect me.
Supportive, same music style plus more, as in like they know more.
Now, why do I say this, right? Like, why do I say this? This is because I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with this, where you're talking to someone, you think they're cool, but there are certain little things that you're like, I don't with that, but you still deal with it even though you don't like it. So basically, this is like a list of non-negotiables of things that, like, if you have something on this list, girl, I do not want to be with you. Point blank, period. The reason why this is important is because when I was dating, when I was talking to people, I found myself settling for people who I know weren't worth shit, who I know weren't worth my time, who I know I didn't even like. But just because I wanted to have someone, I like forced myself to like them. And so in this way, this is basically like you're already filtering out, you know, like when you go on Amazon and you filter out the things of what you're shopping, you want 5 stars only. That already eliminates a lot of things, a lot of people, right? So write down characteristics. Of course, if you have different goals, like other than mine, you know, you might be like, oh, I want them to be studying, you know, have them gone to university. Obviously, not everyone is perfect, so you do have to be knowledgeable of the fact that no one is perfect. No one is going to be 100%, because we're all human at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean that we can have boundaries and certain things that are non-negotiable in our relationships. My second point learn how to be alone. A lot of y'all, and I'm saying y'all because I see it all the mother time. A lot of y'all do not know how to be alone, and that's really keeping you from finding the love of your life because you're over here spending 1 year, 2 years, 3 years on a bum, on someone who in 5 years is not even gonna be with you anymore, who may even cheat on you. You guys are just with them because you hate the fact of being alone. Girl, girl or Mr. Sir, you gotta lock the fuck in. You really like have to learn how to be alone because you not learning to be alone, you're just gonna allow people to run over you, to not actually match your values, but just to be with you for the fucks of it. And why would you want to be with someone who ain't worth shit? You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Learn how to be alone, dude. Like, for so long, I spent like 2 3 years alone because I knew that at that point I did not want to date anyone. I didn't feel like I was at that point where I wanted to date someone, and that taught me a lot. That taught me like seeing other people, because I would still talk to other people. I still, girl, let me not even get started. But that allowed me to learn different types of people, different situation and things like that, and how I would deal with them versus how I would deal with them with someone who I'm with, you know? Learning who you are, that goes back to that, because if you don't know who you are, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? If you don't have yourself, ain't no one gonna have you. There's no one who's gonna have you. At the end of the day, you're always only gonna have yourself. Everyone else could die, but you have you. And that's how it should be at the end of the day. Learn to confide in yourself. Literally, just learn how to be alone. Learn how to go to the store alone. Learn how to not need, maybe not other people's help. Obviously, you can reach out to anyone, but not be reliant on someone, because a lot of the time, your people are with someone not because that they love them, not because they bring any happiness into their life, but because that's what they're comfortable with, because they're uncomfortable with the thought of being alone. Some people have never been alone, and that's really like, honestly, that's really bad, because one day we're all gonna be alone. That point blank period, we're all gonna be alone one day. So relying on one person for your happiness is really like one of the stupidest things you can do to yourself. Learn how to be alone. um be single for a while. Oh, you're consistently being in a relationship and you don't have time to be alone to learn about yourself. Girl, that's why you keep getting with these shitty ass people, because you don't value your alone time. Sorry, not sorry. Point number 3, work on yourself. When I'm telling you that I was alone and single for those 3 years, I really mean it. Like, I was super locked in on who I was as a person, because I wasn't happy with myself. I had lost weight. I became better at speaking. I became more intelligent and things like that. I was working on who I was, because how could I be with someone when I don't even find value in myself? Like, how am I supposed to expect that someone sees value in me when I didn't even see value in myself? So, working on yourself, doing things that you like, um, acknowledging what you like, going back to doing things on your own, learn what you like, learn what you don't like. If you don't work on yourself, like I said, you're gonna be self-reliant on other people. You're gonna rely on people's validations, and that will lead you to, again, going with shitty ass people, because you don't find any validation within yourself. You're trying to get external validation from other people, and that's not going to work out. One of my qualities that I really wanted in a relationship was for someone to love themselves, because when someone loves themselves, that shit is so attractive. They don't need anyone's validations. They're happy to be on their own. They'd rather be with themselves than with bad people. Why would someone who loves themselves be with someone who's shitty? That doesn't make any sense. You really are a perception of the person you love, of the person you're with, because if they're toxic, that means you're toxic. I'm sorry, but if your partner is toxic, most likely than not, you are fucking toxic as well. If your partner is loving, understanding, courageful, you may also be that as well. Maybe you not have the same qualities, but more than likely, you guys will have very similar qualities. It takes one to know one. So someone who loves themselves will not be with someone who hates themselves, who brings burden upon their life. That's just really stupid. So definitely work on yourself. Self-development, and self-development for everyone means different things. Sometimes your mental health is fucked, and that's why you keep going into relationships with these shitty ass people. Sometimes you have mommy daddy issues that can lead to these relationships you're constantly in. Maybe you don't like the way you look, so you're always having lustful relationships with people because you want that validation even though they clearly don't mean anything. Learn about your weak points and become better, because you want to present yourself as the best person, not only for you but of course for your partner. In the end of the day, you guys are going to have to be reliable on yourselves in the sense of helping each other out. Just learn to be good, girl. Just work on yourself. Fourth point, trust your gut feeling, girl. When I say that my body has literally like swatted off people, I really mean it. There's been times where guys have tried to like hold my hand or give me a hug, and my body physically rejected it. Like I couldn't even bring myself to hold their hand or hug them because there was something that was off, there was something that wasn't there, and then later on I would find out what was there. So if you're having an ill feeling about the person that you're talking to, the person you're with, there most likely will be a reason. Especially as a woman, like we are very intuitional people. Like we can spot something like this, we can get something in our dream, and we don't even know what's going on until maybe days, weeks, months later, fuck, even a whole year later, you'll figure out why you feel that way. It goes back to learning how to be alone, trusting your gut feeling that when you're with someone, you're like, shit, I don't even know, but because you don't want to be alone, you're still with them. It goes against yourself. Really trust your gut feeling. The first time I went out with my husband, girl, I was scared because like I said before, I had people where my body literally rejects them. But girl, when I tell you I could not leave this man alone, like, oh my gosh, I have never ever felt that way. Like my body was literally like asking for him. Not in that way, guys. Not, I mean, shit. My body was just like so attracted to him. Like I just wanted to like be touching him, just like feeling him, feeling who he was. So that's what I mean by that. We always have an intuition of people, and you got to trust in that, because really that's God protecting you at the end of the day. My last point, be patient. This literally wraps all of my points up, because if you're not patient, you're gonna be getting with the wrong people. If you don't love yourself, you're gonna be getting with the wrong people. If you don't know how to be alone, you're gonna get with the wrong people. So really just be patient and know that God has someone for you. God has someone who is gonna be your other half. Being in love with someone, having someone be not only a platonic best friend but a romantic best friend, like that's like one of the most beautiful things ever. Like I really want to spend my whole time with this person. Not only do I love obviously them physical, but I love who they are. I love what they bring to the table, their personality, their thoughts. Like I love all of that. And shit, if I had to wait another fucking 5 years to meet this man, oh my gosh, I'd do it again. Like, I love this man so much. Clearly, I mean, I married him for a reason. The fuck? Being patient and knowing that there is someone for you, girl, that's all you need to know. Just have faith, have trust. Don't rely on in the moment. You don't need instant gratification. There is always someone who is better. And you may even look at your relationship right now and you're like, oh, but we've been together for like 15 years already. But if you think about it, 5 years are going to go by, and 5 years are still going to go by, whether you're with that person or whether you're with someone else. So why not leave those 15 years behind with evil emotions, with depression, with, let's just say, disloyalty, infidelity, things like that, for a relationship, let's just say, in those 5 years, with that is prosperous, abundant, loving, caring? Why would you rather have 300 pennies instead of $300? That shit don't make any sense, girl. That shit don't make any sense. Yeah, just be patient, girl. There is someone out there who is imagining someone like you, who is hoping that one day they can find someone who is like you. Girl, that's all really I gotta say. I feel like I could go way more into depth into this, but really, those are like the 5 main points that I think a lot of people need to hear right now. I see so many people in toxic ass, unloving relationships, and they're just willingly there because they don't know how to be alone. Truthfully, they don't know how to be alone. They have no self worth. Why would you want to do that? I just don't understand why you would want to do that. If you learned something today, or if there's something you want to add on to, girl, go ahead and comment below. I'll read your shit, I'll pin it, whatever, right? Like I said, it's a fucking pandemic at this point. Like, people are trash. People don't even like get married like that anymore. Like, you barely see any marriages, I swear. Like, people are just not happy. It really does go back to all these points. You don't know what you can have if you let what you have now go. That's really it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I think y'all are deserving of love, peace in this American world. Yes, I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope you guys recalibrate the fucking relationships y'all are with. And this goes into friendships too, because fucking shitty ass friends. That's it for me. Delilah, peace out. Bye.
Puta, contesta el pinche FaceTime. Sácate la verga de la boca y contesta. Have a good day. Bye.